Strasburg belongs. A power pitcher with an assortment of options, he holds the record for strikeouts through 3 starts. Find out if he can set up the bullpen to clip the Royals again and cap off a series sweep.
It's a great day for baseball.
Here they come to watch Stephen Strasburg pitch again. Nationals Park, a 4:30 game on a Wednesday, and probably the biggest crowd the Nats have ever had for a weekday game. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble. All right, couple of numbers for you. 1.86 ERA, 149. That's the opponent's batting average. And he does it with the stuff you're going to tell us about.
Yeah, you know, most people know how many strikeouts he has and all that stuff, but what does he do it with? Well, his fastball is straight, and he throws a 4-seam 96 to 100 miles an hour, and you're going to see it just explode. So it's one of the best exploding fastballs in the major leagues. 2-seam sinking fastball. He can throw it away at the left-handed batter's box. It'll come back across the plate.
Then there's the off-speed stuff, including the change.
The change-up, 88 to 92, will dive down out of the zone. And then to finish it off, if that's not good enough, those 3 that he can locate anytime he wants, here's the big over-the-top 12-6 curveball to end it all for you. So, I mean, the kid has command of 4 pitches, and he knows what to do with them. It's not just, hey, I'm throwing them this time, that time, you know, and that's what makes this kid so unique.
Not to mention his mound demeanor, his mound presence, and hopefully support from the middle of the lineup again today. Now, Ryan Zimmerman, 2 for 4 last night, so he got off the schneid. Adam Dunn hit his 17th homer, and Josh Willingham had 3 hits, including home run number 100. To you by AT&T. Rethink possible. And by Suzuki and the amazing new Kizashi sports sedan. It is a scorcher in Washington today. It's a good day to be sitting on the third base side with the sun behind the grandstand. Folks are still coming down from the Navy Yard station, and let's talk about the Royals. David DeJesus is hot, but not in this series. He's 1 for 8. But he's still hitting .322, 10th best in the American League, and he's 9th in on-base percentage. The big story for the Royals in this series, 22 hits, but they're 3 for 21 with runners in scoring position. Stephen Strasburg about to pitch his 20th Major League inning. 32 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's given up only 4 runs on 10 hits in his first 19 big league frames.
Let's scout the young man. PNC Pitcher Scouting Report brought to you by PNC for the achiever in us all. It's a nice test. This team's hitting .280 combined, almost 700 hits, 699 in 72 games, almost 10 per game. The grounds crew, hopefully that mound holds up for the kid today and conserve energy. On a hot day like today, don't need to be running around the bases and go down in the tunnel in between innings.
Defense brought to you by Cisco Federal, a proud mission partner to the United States Department of Defense. And it's pretty much the regular guys out there for the Nats, although Adam Kennedy does get a start today up the middle with Ian Desmond. Christian Guzman has the day off. 12-year veteran Hunter Wendelstedt has the plate. Mike Winters, crew chief Jerry Lane, and Brian Runge the bases. Scott Posednik has had a great series. 5 out of 8, 3 RBIs and a walk. He's the first Kansas City hitter. And the ball game underway at 4:36 Eastern. And he goes around the corner of the outside part of the plate and gets a strike with that.
And that's just not fair. If you're a hitter and you're a guy that's trying to crank up that bat to 100 miles an hour and he drops 80 in there, it's just not fair to them.
Visit train.com to find a dealer near you. Hard to stop a train. They bring us our game time weather. Partly cloudy skies, 95 in the district today. Humidity reasonable at 37%, but it's really not a dry heat. And the 0-2 is low and in. And Sednik is 6 for his last 11. Of all the Royals in this series, he has swung the bat most effectively. And they've had 22 hits in 2 games. And that one right by him for the first K. Down near the dirt, so Pudge will tag him out.
Mostly fastballs, kinetic right here on the pitch track, and that looks like a sinker, 98 miles an hour. Might even have been a four-seamer that he just threw it so hard it went down. But you're going to get guys waving at pitches all day because it gets a lot of swings and misses when you're looking for 100, and he'll drop the off-speed on you.
Here's Jason Kendall.
There's no way you can go up there and try to look for his off-speed stuff.
Jason Kendall 0 for 8 with 1 RBI in the series. He's late. Royals as a team hitting .280. That's the highest team batting average in Major League Baseball. But in the American League, they're 8th in runs and 11th in homers. I think it's an interesting matchup because for the most part, they put the bat on the ball.
Yes.
Can they do it against this pitcher? Kendall can. Hot shot right at Adam Kennedy. 2 outs. What's notable? How about the Nationals pitchers in their control? Since the start of the homestand Friday, 41 strikeouts, 5 walks. One of those walks by Drew Storen was intentional. And the big guys in the middle of the lineup with Guzman setting the table got the job done last night. The Nats have won 7 of 12 series at home, including this one, and they're going for another sweep. Last time they won a series was 2 weeks ago, a 3-game sweep of the Pirates. De Jesus will pop one into left center, keeping that pitch count low, and Strasburg will set down Kansas City in order. Starter to get his teammates right into the dugout and picking up those bats. Nats are hitting .257. 10th in the league in batting average, 11th in runs, 8 in home runs. Josh Willingham had number 100 fly out of here last night, and he is suddenly coming alive with the bat again. 3 for 7 with a home run in this series. 3rd in the league in walks and on base percentage. Kansas City's 29-year-old right-hander Brian Bannister. Career 36 and 43. He has started 2 games in his career against the Nats as a member of the Mets. Nigel Morgan in this series, a walk, 1 for 5 and an RBI. Bunting one in the air and over the screen. Nationals start today 33 and 39. Game to game on the Braves last night, 9.5 back.
Tommy Hanson got destroyed.
That can happen in Chicago. North side or south side. And a weak little ground ball to Chris Getz for the first out.
PNC scouting report, he has to hit his spots and locate. He doesn't have the stuff that won Strasburg. Daydream believer. This guy, Bob, 36-day starts, 20 and 8. And then a little bit of a bend in the road. On the road this year, 7 starts and 8.5 earned run average.
There's Roger Bernardina, bumped up to the number 2 spot today because he's been swinging well, but he lines out to Betancourt at short. Cisco defense for Kansas City, and the Royals are 9th in the league in the American League in team defense. Pretty solid. They've made 47 errors on the year. Betancourt and Getz up the middle. Mike Aviles had been starting at second base. The outfield's the same. Alberto Callaspo, Billy Butler, and Jason Kendall. So the 2 catchers in this series have started all 3 games, Kendall and Pudge Rodriguez. Good to see Ryan Zimmerman get a couple of base hits last night. They walked him 3 times on Monday.
Well, and the best thing is you can stop thinking about your mechanics and is my hand right here, am I holding the bat right, that kind of stuff.
Hitters want to think about 2 things: see ball, hit ball. And they don't want to have to worry about where my elbow is, where my wrist is.
Am I too close to the plate? Am I too far away from the plate?
Does Rob Dibble want me to move up on off-speed pitches? You know, stuff like that. You got a lot to worry about. Zimmerman, by the way, his career batting average is .284. So considering his recent slump for the last week and a half, that's how good he was going. He's still 3 points above his career mark. That's in there, 2-2. Bannister, 6'1", 216. Drafted in the 7th round by the Mets in 03. Royals swapped pitchers with New York back in 06. And he'll get Zimmerman on a pitch low in the zone. Each pitcher with a 1-2-3 and very quick first inning. Our Luna double. And how about 2 or more caught stealing? Pudge has done it in this series 63 times in his career. 5th time he's caught 2 or more stealing and picked the runner off. And the 20th time he's done both of those things in a ball game. Remarkable career. Call for the Luna double. Get your second room of flooring free at 877-241-LUNA. Pudge about to call the first pitch to Billy Butler. High riding fastball for a strike. Butler 1 for 8 in this series. That breaking ball hits right off the top of the barrel. I'm knocking on wood when I make this statement that the Kansas City 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters in this series have not driven in a run. That's how effective the Nats have been. And with 2 strikes.
Can you say that about the 7th inning?
I'll say it again then. The numbers will be better by now. Strikeout number 2.
And there's the 90-mile-an-hour changeup we talked about. And Butler looks back like, are you kidding me with that? UPS store here on the pitch track. And yes, he turns that thing over. Circle change, you see it spinning, and it's just a marvelous sight to see.
Pitch track by the UPS store today. We do a lot more than shipping, like offering moving boxes and supplies. 2 Ks posted. And here's Jose Guillen. No bounce one, well placed up the middle. Right between Desmond and Kennedy. Had the ball been picked up cleanly, still would have been a base hit.
Well, you're probably going to see a lot of early swings in the count. You don't want to get behind and see the changeup of the curveball, and this is just a, you call it 20 hopper up the middle.
Took a big first hop over the mound. That's why Strasburg didn't have a chance for it. He actually ends up in pretty good fielding position, centered on the mound. Alberto Callaspo will be the hitter. He's working on a 5-game hitting streak. By the way, Jose Guillen now has an 18-game hitting streak. That's the longest in Major League Baseball now this year. Breaking Jorge Cantu's 17-gamer in the National League. Robinson Cano and Josh Hamilton's in the American League. And Callaspo will drop one into center field. We told you this Kansas City club, all they do is get the bat on the ball and hit singles. That'll bring up Yuniesky Betancourt.
Well, he throws a lot of strikes, good fastball right there, high velocity, but when you're not trying to hit home runs and you're just trying to play like a game of pepper, where you're just tapping the ball, he's supplying a ton of velocity, so he's supplying a lot of the power. They're going to try and do that all day.
Yeah, this game today might be the toughest matchup of his 4 big league starts. He just overmatched a poor Pittsburgh lineup. Went to Cleveland. They've got some free swingers. So do the White Sox. These guys aren't like that. No problem working up a sweat on this day. There's Ned Yost. 17 and 20 with him at the helm now. But you can see they get hits. They just don't score runs.
Well, they now have 701 hits in 73, less than 73 games.
The Nationals have 617 hits, and their opponent 675. One ball and 2 strikes. Funny dynamic I've noticed about the crowd here at home, Chris Getz waiting, is that even a foul ball that creates strike 2 gets applause, because our fans love it whenever there's a 2-strike count here. Nasty breaking ball.
And that gets the
just got a piece of it. Telling Riggleman thanks for getting out of the way.
I don't think Jim made a play on this ball either.
Emergency hack. Nine pitches total first inning, and now 6 just to this hitter. That court 272 overall, nowhere near that with runners on or in scoring position. And he stays alive one more time. On a day like this, it's going to be all about which team makes the other pitcher work really hard to get through innings. Right now, this is a tough one. And it's popped up out behind second. Morgan there in plenty of time to call off Ian Desmond. 2 outs. Today is the last day to receive your free New Era ball cap by purchasing the New Era Flex plan. You pick 3 games, get a 4th game free. It's a great way to see Steven Strasburg's starts here at home, scheduled at least for now for July 3rd and the 9th. Go to 202-675-NATS, nationals.com/2010-2010. And you get a free New Era ball cap, the same one the Nats were on the field, but that's ending today. The hitter will be Chris Getz, the second baseman. First game he has started in this series. Came into the ball game last night as a second baseman and went 1 for 2 with a double. On the corner.
That's a 4-seam fastball with movement. See that late explosion.
That ball's trouble, but it's not far enough. Desmond has it. And the Strasburg a strikeout each of the first 2 scoreless innings. Celebrate the world we share. And the relish and the onions and the ketchup and the mustard as well. Bottom of the second inning, Adam Dunn leads off. 1 hit in this series, Rob, and it went about 450 feet last night.
Well, he's a big one, and when he hits one well, it's going to go an awful long way. The farthest I've seen him hit in the deepest parts of the ballpark See, that one had a flight attendant on it.
Bannister goes low and in with his 10th pitch of the day. Adam Dunn hitting .275. Second in the league, tied with Martin Reynolds, 17 homers. Corey Hart has 18. Change up. Home runs have been interesting in interleague play. American League has 9 more wins than the National League, but the senior circuit has 22 more home runs. The Nationals have been a part of that. They're up to 65 long balls now, 8th in the National League. So June 8th was 15 days ago, a home run every other day on the average. That ball is hit hard, a one-hopper out to Jose Guillen. And Bannister's lucky Adam didn't get elevation on that. He has really stung the ball now. Batting over 300 for his last 40 games, and Josh Willingham hit his 100th last night.
You don't get it all the way in underneath his arms, and you tie him up, he can launch it.
Josh was 3 for 4 last night, came into that game, 5 for his last 32. I can't think of more than a couple of hits he's had to right field this year. If he goes that way, it's usually right center. He goes out and gets it, doesn't stay on the ball long like a Zimmerman might.
Well, but he does cover the entire plate by having his hands over home plate.
Yeah, he is closer to the plate than Ryan. So, and the 8-hit batter hit by pitches would attest to that.
Well, and also, you know, he knows if the pitch, especially way away, if it's a striker, because he's standing right over the plate.
Not going to bite on that. 2-1. Only one other ball game in progress today. Cincinnati 2-0 at Oakland in the 5th inning. All of the other action tonight. This series started on Monday when a lot of ball clubs had the day off, so not much day baseball on this Wednesday. That will even the count 2-2. By the way, last night when Luis Adelano got the win, it's the first time since the end of April the Nationals have had starters win consecutive games. Levon, Adelano, and Scott Olson won consecutive games, April 27th to the 30th. And the Nats hope Strasburg can make it 3 in a row today. It's been rare.
We'd like it not to be so bad.
Exactly.
We want to get so bored with it. We're just then we start complaining. Man, these guys just keep winning and winning.
Poor bullpen, nothing to do out there.
They're bored. The Maytag repairman.
Loneliest man in town. And Bannister throws one by Willingham on the outer half. His second strikeout. First out here in the second. Unique starting time. First pitch at 4:36. So this is our top of the hour reset at Nationals Park. No score. Bob Carpenter, Rob Dibble, and Byron Kerr is with us right here on Masson HD. Day off tomorrow. 3 over the weekend in Baltimore. Then on to Atlanta for 3. Here's Pudge, 1 for 7 in this series. And 11 for 39 since coming off the disabled list. Adam Dunn asking Billy Butler, doesn't your pitcher know who's on base over here? Right back to the pitcher. Should be 2. And Pudge Rodriguez hits into a double play for the 14th time this year. The Nats are gone. No score into the 3rd. no score, top of the third. Here's our FCA sideline report with Byron Kerr. Visit FCA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Byron.
Bob talked to Steve McCaddy about Steven Strasburg and asked him about the game plan again today. He says, no game plan again for Strasburg. Just throw your stuff. Just do what you normally do and try to get outs every single time out. What did you work on? Well, we worked on covering first base and footwork to get over there. It's something that he had trouble with, obviously, in the last game. And I said, would you ever get a complete game this early in his career out of Strasburg? He said, that's Jim's call. And Riggleman said today it would have to be a very smooth 7 innings for them to go to the 8th with him. But they trust the bullpen so much that they like him in just 7.
And Jim added, pitch count probably around 95 to 100 tops. And it is extremely hot today. Brian Bannister's 1 for 3 this year. He has 8 career hits and 3 RBIs. That's a breaking ball that had his back foot sliding around. And the count's 0-2.
The big curveball. Bannister, I'm sure, has been told, look for the 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
In each inning, Strasburg has struck out the leadoff hitter. And only the leadoff hitter.
You got to give Bannister a chance.
Hey, boy. Put him right there.
You got to have some fun and challenge. It's just not fair. Curveball and the changeup. H.H. Gregg here on the Exmo. You see the circle. You see the arm velocity, but you just see the rotation downward and slower.
And you folks might have already noticed a very unique location. We took our Exmo camera, wheeled it halfway around the ballpark, and it's out in center field to give you those kind of looks at the stuff of Strasburg today. He struck out Sednick to start the ball game. And a 1-0 fastball just misses away. And he goes 3-0. The 5 walks he's had, and those are all in Cleveland, I'm not sure he had a 4-pitch walk yet. So that would have been unique had he missed. Just did get the call at the bottom of the strike zone. Sednick will serve it over to short for Desmond. Got to be quick. He is just in time. 2 outs. It is Wired Wednesday, and Jim Riggleman will join us live from the dugout when the Nats come up with Kennedy, Desmond, and Strasburg in the bottom of the third. And then after all 3 of those guys get on base, we'll let him go. Next hitter for the Royals is the catcher, Jason Kendall. First time up, he bounced out to Adam Kennedy. And a big breaking ball. Kendall puts it out into right center. Third hit by Kansas City.
He's a wily veteran, and he took that breaking ball and went the other way with it.
David DeJesus flied to Willingham in shallow left first time. Starting a lot of the left-handers off with fastballs away, more often than not catching the corner.
Well, I don't think there's anybody in the lineup that can hit a home run the opposite way other than maybe Ian. So if you're throwing close to 100 miles an hour, there's no reason to even bring it on the inner half. The guy happens to get the bat head out quick. They hit a home run like half of the Cleveland.
1 ball and 1 strike to De Jesus. Running, walking lead. Unfortunately for the Nats, that ball was fouled off because as Kendall walked off the bag, he never stopped, kept going, and then ran to second. He has stolen 5 bases this year, but been caught 7 times.
Well, Steven comes up, he gets set, and really doesn't even go off peripheral vision and see Kendall take off. So he's got to do a little bit better job of holding on, guys.
All he had to do was step off, and he would have had the runner picked off.
You got to make the guy stop. If he gets a walking lead, meaning he starts walking off the base and he doesn't stop, you have to make him stop.
Here they are clapping in anticipation on a strike 2 count. And that ball is hit hard up the middle by De Jesus. The Royals have 4 base hits now. Second straight inning when they've had back-to-back hits. That'll bring up Billy Butler.
Said this would be a good test for the kid. 4 starts. This is the best contact team that he has faced. They hit .280 collectively. They're not trying to do too much other than meet the ball, get the bat head out front, and don't try to drop that back shoulder and hit home runs. They're just getting the ball out there far enough.
Strasburg overmatched Billy Butler first time up. Kansas City already today 0 for 2 with runners in scoring position. So here's another opportunity for them. This will be their 25th at bat in the series, with a runner at either second or third or both. I'm sure the battery has taken note of that. All these hits with 2 outs. Kendall, right center. De Jesus up the middle. In fact, nobody has pulled the ball yet for a base hit against Strasburg.
The difference with Strasburg and other guys is that even though this guy's late on Steven, his changeup is so good that if he locates it down at this guy's knees or below, there's no way Butler's hitting it. He's never seen a 92-mile-an-hour circle change.
Right down the middle. That was his hard ball right there. Butler might have been guessing what Rob was talking about and could not react to that heater. Jim Riggleman joins us live from the dugout. Jim, I thought this would be a fascinating matchup today because of the kind of pitcher Steven is, but Kansas City is such a good contact team. Your thoughts on that?
Exactly that. Yeah, you know, they really don't strike out a lot. You know, they got guys there who battle you, and it hadn't started showing up as it's going to in the future for Kansas City in terms of the win column. I think they're in a little bit the same boat we are. We're both going to get it together as we move along, but they are very hard to strike out.
We're already seeing kind of a pattern, Jim, of guys swinging very early in the count because they don't want to see the curveball or the changeup. Are you seeing that too?
Yeah, you know, Steve was mentioning that over here, that some of these right-handed hitters especially are going to have to get them off that fastball early in the count and make them swing at something else other than the fastball early. But, you know, I was really impressed with that last pitch. He really came back, got a little extra for what he's got today, and threw a great low strike to Butler.
Adam Kennedy's batting now. Now, Jim, you decided to flip-flop Kennedy and Desmond because Kennedy was eighth. Why did you make that change shortly before game time?
You know what? That was the way I originally had it, and I wrote it down on a scrap piece of paper, probably different than that, and John had written it down the other way. I just basically, my thinking is I just was one of the left-handed hitter hitting behind Pudge, so that if Pudge had a chance to drive in a run, they would pitch to him instead of walking him.
Got it. Hey, what do you do down in the dugout in weather like this to keep your pitchers cool in between innings?
Well, you know, right here where I'm at, it is cool. It's we got a breeze right here for some reason. It's in the dugout where it's trouble. So during the course of the inning, Steven comes back over behind me down below. That for some reason there's a great breeze goes through there.
Well, as far as the rest of the guys too, back in the day when we played, put cabbage in your hat, a little ammonia water. They still do any of the old style stuff?
They stopped that in the 1900s. That was the 1800s. You were using cabbage, but the cabbage days, I haven't seen that since Brian McCray in Chicago. He used to do that, but it's mainly ammonia water now.
Jim, thanks for your time, and try to do a better job protecting your pitching coach down there, will you?
I can't do much more than that right there, and that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Thanks, Skip.
Jim.
All right.
Jim Riggleman, Wide Wednesday. He told us off the air before that inning that he dove to try to protect McCaddy. We think he dove to get out of the way of that foul ball.
Hey, when you get old, you and I are old, self-preservation. You can't worry about Steve McCaddy. It's all every man for himself.
That's his part.
So the guy's throwing 100 out there, and you got a bottom of the order guy Betancourt late on the ball.
Not to be lost in all this, the fact that Bannister's day is off to a good start.
He's a good control guy. I've talked to him many times. His dad, Floyd Bannister. This is 3 different father-son duos with the Royals over their history. Hal and Brian McCray, John and Dusty Walton, and Floyd and Brian Bannister. So you know he's got some tricks up his sleeve.
Desmond pops it up right side. That'll be easy for Billy Butler. And Ian Desmond's in a big-time funk. He's 7 for his last 45 now. And 1 for 12. Another family fun day. Whenever the Nats are home on Sunday afternoons, the Family Fun Pack ticket includes a seed, hot dog, chips, and a soda for just $14. Go to nationals.com/kids to purchase your Family Fun Pack tickets. And the next one will be July 4th when the Mets are here.
6 degrees of the first pick overall. Floyd Bannister back in his day, I think he was in the 70s, first pick overall.
He actually pitched for the Royals. 15 years with the Astros, Mariners, White Sox, Kansas City Angels, and Rangers. Another brother, Corey, is a pitcher at Stanford. He had a brother, Brett, who pitched in the Mariners system, and an uncle, Greg Cochran, who played minor league ball for the Yankees and the A's. So it's an amazing baseball family, the Bannisters. Off speed, Strasburg hangs in there. Steven has a big league hitter, 0 for 4. Shadows are creeping now. I'm sure one of these managers. And there's Strasburg's first major league hit. A clean single to left. But Rob, I'm sure one of these managers would like to score here and get the lead before the Shadows start encroaching on the batter's box.
Well, and for Steven, having been there, it took me 5 years to get one. That'll be one of his most prized possessions here in the first 4 starts he's made in his career. Well, it's a pitch up in the zone. Strasburg's an excellent athlete.
Tony Gwynn told us he'd be a good hitter.
Yep. And you see his head down. Nice form.
There's Niger Morgan.
I read a story about how he plans on golfing with Jake Peavy out in San Diego in the offseason this year.
More history on a baseball. Morgan will go left side. That one's picked off by Betancourt. Close at first and out. Second baseman was playing the pole, nowhere near a force play. Now the Nats have stranded their first runner. Guillen bounced a hit over the mound first time. That's a high riding fastball inside corner. Deep short, Desmond plants and fires. And Adam Dunn can't handle it. Could be an error on Desmond. It'll be his 16th of the year. Low throw.
It goes to his backhand towards third base. He makes a strong throw, and it just hits off the heel of Adams' glove as he's trying to pick it. So it kind of do a little rim around the rim of his glove.
Well, that is a tough call. They've given the error to Adam Dunn on a ball that was in between hop to him.
That's not an error.
That's overanalyzing the play, in my opinion.
You can't.
You cannot give the first baseman an error on a throw like that. Leadoff man aboard, Callaspo the hitter. Nationals had not made an error in this series until just then. I've always thought that when scorers look at replays, they shouldn't look at a slow motion replay. Look at that changeup.
I would agree with that. I mean, he shouldn't even have to look at a replay.
But I think sometimes when they look at a slow-mo replay, Rob, it makes a play look easier than it was.
There you see the grip. That is beautiful on the Exmo slow motion video camera. That's just amazing to me.
Callaspo's a really good contact hitter.
So you go slow, and 88 is slow for Strasburg, and then you come back with about 100-mile-an-hour heater. Callaspo doing everything he can to stay alive.
They were talking about this kid in spring training in Arizona a few years ago for the Diamondbacks. In 70 spring training at bats, he had no strikeouts, and they said he swung and missed 3 pitches the entire spring. So he's always had a way of getting the bat on the ball. Striking him out would be almost impossible unless he doesn't swing. High in the zone, and Strasburg fools him. His 5th strikeout.
You don't see too many left-handers. Kinetic here, buckle on a right-handed breaking ball, but
getting closer to Herb's score. Most strikeouts first 4 starts. Pitch Track brought to you by Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers.
There you saw Fernando Valenzuela catching up there on the 4th start, making a list.
I'm having fun looking at these names. 2nd start, 3rd start, 4th start.
Well, but remember, some of those guys had the advantage of the 15-inch mound. Did you see Strasburg up on that mound? Back like when Bob Gibson was pitching in those days?
Well, it would make him 6'9".
Well, but the angle.
Yeah.
The angle of his sinker and the angle of his fastball would be increased.
On that mound, he would be like Randy Johnson was until he retired last year. Same elevation. That's a swing and a foul tip, and a ball really diving down and in to Yudesky Betancourt.
Well, I mean, there's going to come a day when he's comfortable enough to throw 15 changeups in a row. I mean, his changeup's that devastating to where he can manipulate it for a strike, manipulate it for throwing it in the dirt.
Now that he's slowed his bat down, I thought he'd come back with a heater. Fastball up, strikeout number 6. And the 2nd consecutive inning where Stevens strikes out 2 hitters.
As Bob said, slows bat down with the changeup and then speed it back up with the upper 90s fastball up above. The beautiful mechanics of a Strasburg. H.H. Gregg here, and there's the fingers on the 4-seam fastball. You see the backward rotation. Nothing but the bottom of the glove.
Up the middle, Desmond can't get it. And for the 3rd inning in a row, the Royals have 2 men on base. The pitcher's coming up this time. This might be the best singles hitting team, Rob, I've seen in the last 20 years.
Well, they're averaging almost 10 singles a game or 10 hits a game. And there you see it's just had some eyes of its own.
Well, Bannister would like to repay Strasburg for giving up a hit. Stevens struck him out first time up. Fastball in there. Cardinals have already had more hits than anybody against Strasburg so far. Pirates had 4, Cleveland 2, White Sox 4.
Coleman sitting less than 100.095 against Steven with 2 outs.
1-2. We'll look forward to Scott Podsednik leading off the 5th. Strasburg strikes out the side. How many times will we say that over the next few years?
Medina and his power numbers are starting to come back a little bit and get up there for the Nationals. They'd love to see that from their right fielder. I asked Roger before the game about the possibility of more homers from his bat.
I don't try to hit the home runs, but, you know, in the big league, you got other pitcher who throw pretty hard, and, you know, you make contact most of the time, sell contact, and then the ball. Yeah. But, you know, I most of the time just look for my pitcher can handle and, you know, something I can drive, and right now it's working real good. And
Jim Rickleman says he will hit some homers the way he swings, and that's an indication right there. His age, too, helps him. He'll start coming on with the bat, and it's already showing for the Nationals.
And Jim added that guys who get older and older in the big league start to develop power. Mid-20s on. Roger hit his first Major League homer at New York, May 11th against Mike Pelfrey. He gave the Nats a 3-2 lead in the 4th. Then another one against K-Rod in the 9th for a 6-4 win. He's hit another home run on the road. And he lays down the bunt but gets it too close to the mound. A little bit more toward the third base line, he would have been safe. Here comes the smartphone with some AT&T trivia. Which active player the most 10-plus strikeout games without a walk before turning 22 years old? My guess, would be Doc Whitman. My guess.
Oh, okay. Which active player?
It's an active player. I missed that. Wrong already.
I'll give you another guess.
Active player.
Which active player?
I'm going to say Zach Greinke.
That's a good guess.
What? Yeah, I know.
He's active. I saw him in the clubhouse today. He's pitching tomorrow, rather Friday, in Kansas City when their arch interleague rivals, the Cardinals, come in.
I say Felix Hernandez. He made a bunch of starts before he got home.
Zimmerman good against right-handers this year. Struck out swinging first time. Nats only have 2 hits. Adam Dunn, he was erased in a double play. Steven Strasburg's first big league hit. He was stranded last inning. Ryan taking on 3-0. Johnny Cueto's having quite a day. Cincinnati still leading in the 8th at Oakland 2-0. Only other game in progress. Zimmerman pulls it on 2 hops to Alberto Callaspo. That'll bring up the dangerous Adam Dunn, who's in the thick of things as far as major league hitters go. There's the ledger we told you about. American League up by 9, but the National League has the 22 home run advantage. Jamie Moyer, 266 last night. Freddie Gonzalez, a good man, let go by the Marlins. How about that? They've lost 5 in a row. And the Marlins sacked him today. Edwin Rodriguez from their minor leagues comes in to take over, and there will be a lot of the usual names thrown around there. McRoberts, an unusual situation. A lot of people thought he would be possibly the man to take over next year in Atlanta when Bobby Cox is retired.
And he still may. I talked to General Manager Frank Wren today on my radio show, and he said, out of respect for Bobby, he won't start that search until the season's over.
And don't you know, with the Atlanta Braves 13 games over 500 and a game and a half up in the East, that a lot of people around baseball are rooting for them to go to the playoffs in Bobby Cox's final season.
Oh, I love Bobby, but I'm rooting for the Nationals to go.
Oh, sure we are. Adam Dunn in the air to left field. But Sednick will now come forward to grab it, and the Nats go in order. Strasburg and Bannister matching up perfectly so far. An old-fashioned pitcher's duel here, and lots of Ks in the 4th inning.
He strikes out the side, and he does it there, looking with the big curveball, then the changeup fastball combo there, and then that's not fair to Bannister, the pitcher. Threw him a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and he backed it up with that 82-mile-an-hour curveball. But we just love to see him do that. So
look at the first pitch efficiency by these guys.
Ended that last inning, 58 pitches, 47 for strikes. Not only is he overpowering, he's efficient too.
He may have to throw a couple of fastballs in off the plate to back off these Kansas City hitters. Can you throw too many strikes?
No. You just got to locate, like you said, occasionally, effectively wild, just to keep them honest. But you could still throw it right at their hands and get them off the plate. I don't think anybody wants to step into 100.
Real close to the outside corner. Down down to 82 on that one.
And feel for Scott Podsednik right now, the UPS store. He's in the shade. Strasburg's out in the sunlight. That's got to be disconcerting.
Look at these guys. But Willingham's going to get there. Royals continue to hit line drives, and Josh Willingham read that beautifully.
It's a great jump by the Hammer.
He's made one error all year and has played at least a much better than expected left field for the Nationals. It's going to be tough to hit for the next couple of innings here. All right, young active pitcher. The most 10-plus strikeout games without a walk before turning 22 years old. Does this player mean something?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Rick Ankiel, yeah, he was a pitcher, is a player. He's also on the disabled list. One pitch out, boy, that's sweet on a day like this. It'll be, and Rob, a long time before I forget what I had to sit there and watch in the playoffs when Rick just could not get the ball over the plate against the Mets. He was coming off an 11-win season as a rookie and just could not throw the ball over the plate and just imploded. And then soon thereafter just went to the minor leagues and resurrected his career. When we saw the word player, should have figured that one out.
I don't know about you, Bob. I'm kind of busy watching a ball game to figure these riddles out every day. Riddle me this, Batman.
DeJesus, the hitter, and that's outside 2-0.
Now, you have the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner. He basically quit baseball at one point. Buddy Bell was managing Greinke. He quit because he just couldn't take it anymore. There was a lot of pressure. Most of it you put on yourself, and I think Rick Ankiel, the pressure of that start. And, you know, I can't blame him. I've been there. There's a lot of pressure on you to succeed. He didn't want to let his teammates down, and he failed. And it's kind of hard to come back from that. And so he came back and went down to minor leagues. He ended up blowing out his elbow, having Tommy John surgery. I feel for Rick, and he's made a miraculous return as an everyday player in the major leagues.
Royals signed him as a free agent this year, but he's disabled right now. He threw 9 wild pitches in the playoffs back in 2000 against the Braves.
I felt for that kid every wild pitch. You could just see him gripping the ball as hard as he could and trying to find home plate, and he couldn't do it.
Well, another factor was his regular catcher was hurt. Mike Matheny, in a freak accident, got a hunting knife for his birthday and sliced his hand open.
I can attest to those hunting knives. They're very sharp.
And I think the catcher was Ramon Hernandez. Was it Carlos Hernandez with San Diego? I think that made it.
Yes, Carlos.
He was the backup catcher, and Anfield just couldn't throw the ball to him. Here's 3-2 to DeJesus. Contact and out of play.
Well, and you probably don't think of golf as being a dangerous game. I'll tell you why it is. When I was really, really into golf and I thought I had a shot at being halfway decent, hacking. I was always a hacker. So I got a new driver. I went to open it up with a hunting knife. I nearly cut my thumb off. So that was pretty much, I'd had enough of the golf after that.
Don't combine hunting and golf, please.
No. Well, I was just so excited to get the new club. I had to open the box.
3-2 pitch. Base hit. And DeJesus is 2 for 3.
But you got to give the Royals hitters a lot of credit. This kid is no fun to face. He's just mowed down the 3 opponents he faced before that. They're patient. They're sitting on all of his pitches and trying to hit them the other way. So just give him credit for sitting in there and taking those pitches the other way. DeJesus, look at him, head down, hit it to left field, choking up. H.H. Gregg will show you that choking up of about 2 inches. A great approach and a great outcome. I might not think that's much, but it's the most hits off of Strasburg so far in any of his starts, and they've got him by the 5th inning.
Yeah, he struck out Billy Butler twice.
Oh yeah. Now Billy's in the shade and he's in the sun, so Billy's really happy right now.
That one really hammers Pudge Rodriguez.
Hard to see when a guy's throwing that hard. see Hunter Wendelstedt, out of respect to Pudge, give him some time to walk that off. And here you see, if they're in the shade, he never saw that ball. Foul tip at about 100 miles an hour. Oh.
Lee Kuntz out, Nationals head trainer.
Well, there's umpires right now that have been knocked out. That might have hurt his nose or even possibly close to breaking it. They've had head trauma so bad on concussions from foul tips, they've had to retire or take a leave of absence, and even with the technology that they have today. Hunter's still giving him some time. Very classy.
Pudge would do the same for the umpire. Any catcher would.
Absolutely.
Except when there's a bad strike zone. It's a brotherhood back there. Breaking ball. That was nasty. 0-2.
Fastball around 100 fouled off, and then that is just the changeup.
Oh, that is the change.
It's easy to be tricked from up here.
It's got so much drop to it, it looks like a big hook. Yeah. 0-2 with the runner at first. And Billy Butler hits one right off the end of the bat. Strasburg might have done him a favor by throwing a little breaking ball there.
I think he did. A little bit too cute right there, trying to mix in all of his off-speed pitches.
There's Kevin Seitzer, whose hitters are doing a fantastic job today.
Well, there you see the breaking ball. It's going down and away. He can't try to pull that. You've got to go to right field. Look at him just throw the bat head out there. Nearly left his hands.
Now Kansas City, another at bat with a runner in scoring position. It's Jose Guillen this time. At the knees.
Change up. That's what I'm talking about. Instead of always being an out pitch with that pitch, if he starts doing that and throwing that for change-ups, he'll numb the hitters' minds. They'll be thinking, you got to be kidding. Because I've never seen a guy throw a 90-mile-an-hour change-up like that.
Now that was a hook. No balls, 2 strikes.
And that's what he uses as a change of pace. His changeup is a breaking ball, and his circle changeup, basically, that's his little wrinkle, as you call it.
Big crowd, a lot of them standing. You know what they want.
Too many off-speed pitches. Some of these guys, he's helping because they're so geeked up and so fired up, amped up for that fastball that the bat's already coming through the zone and it just makes contact with the off-speed stuff. You really heard him say, you give some guys too much credit.
Well, the Royals finally get a run. That was a fastball, but it was where Guillen could drop the bat head on it. And Steven Strasburg's given up 8 hits now, and the Royals lead 1-0. That's only their 4th hit in this series with a runner in scoring position.
Well, and I felt this would be a test for the kid because it's his 4th start. He's got the reputation now, but you got to go out there and figure out how to get these guys out because all they're trying to do is lay back and slap the ball the other way. You're throwing 97, 98, 99, so they don't have to supply a lot of power. They just have to make the contact.
But on a 2-strike count, you see that 99-mile-an-hour heater, you'd like to see that thing up around his eyes where he can't get to it. Guillen just dropped the bat down, hit it into right, and Kansas City has the lead here.
The strikeouts, the pitches, and the hits have now gotten him close to 80 pitches now, and it is hot. I mean, he could be wearing out already. So he's sweating. It's hot. It's kind of nasty out there. He needs to get out of this inning right here.
3 hits, all with 2 outs. And remember, he got the second out on 1 pitch. That ball's well hit. And right at Bernardino. Nationals get a big-time break on that as Kai Oswald killed that ball. Kansas City out hitting Washington 8-2, leading 1-0.
Why not? It's hot. He doesn't want to run the whole race. He's a sprinter.
I don't see any cones out there.
No?
Still didn't work out for him.
See, he just ran out of gas. Well, he is old.
Abe goes down.
Abe's really old.
Abe gets up.
This guy's the oldest, though.
Here comes George.
George W.
They named it Parkway now. Well, Mom's got the whole clan today. And the Nats need to get some hits here. They only have 2 off Ryan Bannister. Roger Bernardino, dangerous Sunfield out there at this time of the day.
You need some great defense, even if you're Steven Strasburg. First and second, 2 outs. And the body lays out and makes a fantastic play.
Willingham, Rodriguez, and Kennedy, bottom of the 5th. Through 4, 7 consecutive batters retired. Pardon me, other than Strasburg. So he's taking care of the position players right now. Dunn's hit back in the 2nd, the only one. Then he rolled a double play ball off Pudge Rodriguez back.
This is something we've seen in almost every game Strasburg's pitched. The other pitcher brings his A game. Bannister seems to be on top of his today.
He does. A strikeout guy, 2 of them.
But he's a big, big control and command guy, and he loves pitching during the day. Terrible on the road so far this year. 20-8 lifetime, with just over a 4 ERA on his career on the road. 36 starts.
Two and 2 to Willingham.
He was just born about 60 years too late, and then they only played day games.
Nats have their 3rd base runner, Bannister, with his first walk. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Miller Lite Party Night here at the ballpark. You can score a scoreboard pavilion seat and a drink voucher, just $20. $22 for prime games. Come by early, pregame happy hour at the Miller Lite Scoreboard Walk Bar, where they feature $5 beers. And the next Thursday, Friday, Saturday combo will be July 1, 2, 3 when the Mets come in. Nats will be right back off their road trip to Atlanta next week. Well, the pitcher has provided the opening here in the 5th inning. Nats need to string together a couple of hits. Willingham going. It's a pitch out, but it was a bad pitch. And the ball goes into center field. But Josh can't get up, so he just rolls right back to the bag.
He might be hurt. It looked like he jammed his leg on the bag, and I hope he's not.
He was trying to get up to go to third and then fell. And Pat Listash will check with him. Willingham will get a stolen base.
Let's see it real speed first. You see the high outside pitch by Bannister. And there you see the slide by Josh. He tries to get up. And
his right spike's caught. Watch his right spikes. Right there. Good maneuver to just roll back to the bag. He's at second base, nobody out. Rodriguez showing bunt, taking the pitch, and it's 2-0.
And give Pudge a lot of credit recognizing Bannister's got some great stuff today. Try to scratch out any run he can at this point just to even up the score.
With a base hit up the middle. Listash will hold Willingham. First and third, nobody out on a good swing by Pudge. So the walk and the stolen base, huge here. And now the Nats have 3 shots to at least tie this game.
You talk so much about walks, and they will come back to haunt you. And right now, I'm sure that Brian Bannister's thinking an awful lot about why he didn't go after Willingham a little harder.
Adam Kennedy hit the ball hard, lined out to left first time. He's driven in 15 runs. Bannister more economical with his pitches, but he's yet to finish the 5th inning. Kennedy. Willingham coming home for a moment, and he hesitated. And Billy Butler kept the ball in front of him. So it advances Rodriguez to second, but the Nats obviously do not score. And with nobody out, you cannot get thrown out at home plate or in a rundown. What a trip around the bases this has been.
An adventure right now for Josh Willingham. The ball is hit so hard, right in and out of the glove of Billy Butler. He knocks it down, checks out the hammer at third base, and he goes and gets the tag on Kennedy. So right now, Ian Desmond not only needs to put the ball in play.
And Ian Desmond,
well, and they got Willie Harris out there, it looks like. But that might just be a decoy.
Yeah, for Strasburg next, possibly.
He might be gassed.
Well, that might affect the way they pitch to Desmond, too. Sean Burnett is up. Strasburg's been very hittable today. But Desmond, 7 for his last 45. Needs something good to happen here.
He needs to cut down on the swing here, not try to hit a home run or hit a gap shot, and just put the ball in play over the infield, make some good contact.
This kid's big and strong enough to hit it a long way without taking that big swing. Breaking ball got him for a strike. Couldn't stop his swing.
He's been locked in all year, though. He's hitting .348 with runners in scoring position, so you know he's doing a fantastic job. The pitch you can handle, the pitch you can drive. At least the worst thing that can come from this at bat, maybe a fly ball deep in the outfield and score the run from third.
Good take, 2-1. 1-0 Royals. Second and third, 1 out here in the 5th. Willingham walked to lead off the inning, stole second on a pitch out. Went to third on a Rodriguez base hit. Pudge went to second on the Kennedy ground out. first on a breaking ball. Ground ball to first, strikeout. And Strasburg will stay in the game. Willie Harris was a decoy. Only thing better would be if he was staying in the game either tied or ahead here. And he did get a base hit last time.
You got to do a better job. You got the pitcher coming up behind you. You've got to put the ball in play. Ian jumping out after that breaking ball. A little over anxious. A little tapper up the middle somewhere. The second baseman and shortstop gets a run in.
Outside. Shortstop Betancourt. Nationals waste a great scoring opportunity and still trail 1-0. As we go into the 6th inning. If this is a bad day for Steven Strasburg, he's fanned 7, given up 1 run through 5 innings. Can't wait to see some more good ones.
He's having a great day. I mean, he's doing his job. He's going to probably give up less than 3 runs over 7 innings. He's doing exactly what he can possibly do against a very good contact team. All they're trying to do is slap the ball the other way. When you throw that hard, sometimes you take your chances on the power guys. You look forward to the power guys because they're no match for your off-speed stuff. But these guys are pretty good with the high velocity, very good with the off-speed stuff. Even Billy Butler jumping out there and getting that breaking ball. That's some great stuff by the Royals. So you got to give the Royals a lot of credit today. They brought their A game. They're trying to salvage 1 game out of this 3 games. And even the best in the game, and Steven Strasburg's got some of the best stuff. You're going to have days like this where your offense isn't clicking. And the other pitcher, too, Brian Bannister, brought his A game.
Would you like to see a few more fastballs maybe up here instead of that one down here to Guillen?
Yeah, I mean, we can nitpick all we want, but I mean, Strasburg is just he's a fabulous pitcher at 21, and he's going to have his ups, he's going to have his downs, and he's going to have his 100-degree days like the day to contend with. He's going to have bad mounds to contend with. That's the beauty of baseball.
Bottom 3 for the Royals in the 6th. Betancourt, Getz, and the pitcher Bannister.
Hopefully 3's all they get, or 3 hits and a run is all they get. 8 hits and a run is all they get. We only have 3 hits. And he keeps them right there. Gives us a chance to win the ball game later. That's all he can do, control what he can control.
0-2 pitch. There's strikeout number 8. And Betancourt down for the third time.
Well, he's got an amazing changeup. It's a righty-on-righty changeup, but it can move so much they have no chance. And there's the box score. A lot of singles going on.
A lot of singles, a lot of strikeouts.
It's like speed dating. A lot of singles. No, I mean, he hasn't given up a hard-hit ball all day.
That fastball whistles in on Chris Getz, who's 1 for 2.
And I just love the way Pudge and Steven work well together. In different times that Pudge will go out there, and whether he's giving him a break or just telling him some of the nuances of the game, it's nice to see. From experience, you're blessed when you get an older catcher that's been around. Like I had Bo Diaz when I came up. Blessing to have a guy that knows what he's doing out there.
No balls, 2 strikes. Target in. Way in there. It's a good 0-2 pitch.
You wanted one in.
I like it.
Something like that. 100 right at your waist.
I'm really comfortable 7 stories high watching that. Going there again. It's a breaking ball that hits the mound. Desmond on the charge. He had a long way to come. They're going to give Chris Getz a base hit.
Well, it would have been a tough play anyway. Getz has some great speed. You can't assume that even if he makes this play, he's going to throw him out. So this ball hit in front of the plate right there, dribbles up the middle, and Ian can't get it on a good hop.
Yeah, that ball hit the grass and came up on him. Got the heel of his glove. And Bannister should be bunting with 1 out to get that runner to scoring position. Important inning to keep it 1-0. The Nationals have the top of the order coming. Bannister stabs at it. Can't be too comfortable turning around to face this guy to try to bunt.
Faced Nolan Ryan. I think it was 42. He was throwing 98 in the 8th inning. Struck out 13 guys, grunting and hissing, and I'm up there, and I'm a left-handed hitter. I was scared to death on the same play. That's why I hate interleague play. Right there.
Guys don't get in there enough, huh?
Guys don't do this for a living, and that's real speed at about 100 miles an hour, and you see the reaction by Pudge. That was right at his neck. Like you just said, he's squaring and facing Strasburg.
Yeah, where do you go? Remarkable job to get out of the way. That's a breaking ball that misses, and to Bannister's credit, he was sticking his nose in there and leaning out for that pitch.
I think he threw a fastball.
Throw it up.
It happens. This kid throws so hard, balls are going to run away from him. He's going to have to deal with occasionally hitting guys.
Look at that. Talk about a gutsy at bat.
Oh, yeah.
3-4 in the sacrifice, and Bannister doing it all today for the Royals. That's really something.
He's a great kid. Comes from some pretty good stock in the Bannister family.
Dad, uncle, 2 brothers, all professional baseball players.
This is a 2-strike bunt after one was coming right at your face. He just sticks his nose right back in there and gets the bunt down.
Dangerous hitter. Line drive guy. Willingham grabbed his drive to left last time up. Scott Podsednik. 5 out of 11 in the series. 4 of those hits coming on Monday night. On MASNsports.com, you can always send us an email question. Ben Gessling has his live online chat going during the game today. You can weigh in with your thoughts on a different kind of Strasburg game today. A lot of interactive things for you to do at MASNsports.com. Rob Dibble's blog updated this week. 2 balls and a strike.
That was pitch number 93, 73 strikes, but I just see him getting a little bit more tired. This might be his last inning.
Podsednik costing himself a 3-1 count. Couldn't stop the bat. Counts even 2-2.
A whole lot of action. 8 strikeouts, another 9, 3 by ground out, 6 by fly.
And he got him. Podsednik did not react to that one. 9 strikeouts for Steven Strasburg through 6. He's got the Nats in the game despite all those Kansas City hits. The next 5. Friday at Baltimore. Saturday, 4 o'clock game. Sunday, 1:30. DC 50 will join us. Now, don't forget, for the Battle of the Beltways, before we go on to Atlanta, it's MASN HD for Nats Extra, MASN 2 HD, O's Extra. Half hour before each game. It'll be a busy weekend. Oriole Park at Camden Yards. The Nats need Nyjer Morgan on base. He's 1 for 7 in this series. Has not been on base since a first inning single Monday night. Well, he walked after that, but was erased in a double play. And of course, after that single on Monday, he got thrown out at second base. His on base average is starting to dip down toward the 300 mark. And I know Jim Riggleman says he's committed to Morgan as his leadoff guy. But a 300 on-base average is going to be hard to live with. Bannister walks him on 4. Second consecutive leadoff walk.
Bob, Home Depot doing more on defense. Roger Bernardina saved a little bit more damage with this diving 2-out catch. First and second 2 outs, a run already in, and Roger Bernardina may have given the Nationals a chance to win this ball game. Home Depot doing more on defense.
There were 2 men aboard at that time, at first and second. That could have been a 3-0 lead. Let's see how patient Bernardina is here. He's not really conditioned to be a number 2 hitter. The pitcher just walked a leadoff guy on 4 pitches. He's got a base runner to deal with, a fast one. You'd hate to see Roger go up here and swing at the first pitch and make an out.
A beautiful bunt.
He was able to send the third baseman on a line towards second to make it an easy throw. So that one went 5-6. Sacrifice not executed.
Just a little bit too hard. Looked like it was going to get by the pitcher and by Guillen. Neither happened.
And then a short throw.
Yep, short throw, guns out Niger.
You know, even if there's a bunt possibility, after that guy's walked somebody on 4, tough not to take a pitch or 2. So here's Zimmerman, runner still at first. Bernardina has good speed, but Rogers only stolen 5 bases this year. Ryan Zimmerman in this series is now 2 for 7. Both of those hits last night. Second baseman that ball was.
And remember, the base runner's in the sunlight and the hitter's in the shade, so it's kind of tricky seeing it. You got to make sure this ball's got to get through. Line drive, you got to hold. It's a line drive, so Roger Bernardina holds. Good base running. It's up to Adam Dunn to drive them all in.
Adam Dunn 1 for 2 today, 2 for 10 in the series. The shift is on, but with runners aboard, the second baseman Getz is barely onto the outfield grass, as opposed to being about 40 feet back.
It's a 3-man right side of the infield.
Off-speed pitch low. You know, this
on the dirt.
This series has been so tightly contested. This entire 3-game set is about 2 swings of the bat away from the Royals trying to sweep, rather than the Nats. 2-1, 4-3. First 2 scores with Matt Capps hanging on both times.
They have 31 hits in 3 games. Not even 3 games.
The Nationals have 4 today. They did have 11 last night and only 4 on Monday, winning that 2-1 game. So all the offense again coming from the middle of the lineup, with the exception of Strasburg's first major league hit. Very little table setting. It's up to the big guys, evidently, to get it done again like they did last night. Adam doesn't bite on that pitch up and away, 2-1. You know, the Nationals made Bannister work long and hard during that 5th inning. His pitch count getting up around 80.
I think you'd agree that Bannister's 80 is a lot less taxing than Strasburg's 95.
His 80 kind of like Levon Hernandez.
Yes.
Playing catch.
Brian's in total control of his physical being, and he has to be a command and control and spot the pitches.
Well, he can't give in here, or it might be 3-1.
Adam Dunn, base hit! Come on, Roger, get on the horse. Around third, flying home. Here's the throw. He is out when he appeared to be obviously safe.
Was he not on home plate before the mitt got there? by Jose Guillen, and the Royals hang on to their lead. Was the plate blocked?
Well, base hit right there, but it is scalded, Bob. That's a hard hit ball. Bernardina takes a wide turn around third.
I still think he's safe.
See, watch how wide he is coming around third. And just that little deviation was enough.
There appears to be no way he was out there. Watch where the catcher's coming from, the other side of the plate.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
That foot's on the plate when he is tagged. Yeah, and Rob, your point's well taken. Adam Dunn kills the ball right at the right fielder. Credit Guillen, he made a great throw. So, a walk and 2 hits in this inning.
Well, there you see the hammer telling him to get down. There you see the foot coming across way before the tag, and the tag is up on the other leg. Not even close. Not even close.
First and third, 2 outs now, and still 1-0.
But obviously Hunter Wendelstedt doesn't have the 1-minute replay. The hammer's going to have to come up with a 2-out hit here just to get us even.
Boy, that really hurts because the lead run would be sitting at third base with 1 out instead of the tying run with 2 outs. That's a great take by Willingham, 2-0.
And what leads me to believe that Strasburg's out, he's up and walking around the dugout, and Burnett is hot and heavy down in the
Here's Steven. 95 pitches, you would think his day's over. Willingham going for it on 2-0.
Execution is just such a big part of this game, and Bernardina's not failure to get the sac bunt and move the runner to second.
Well, Jason Kendall got that tag whipped across the plate, not in time, but he made it closer than it looked like it was going to be. 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Willingham taking one away, and the Nats are having a problem with the home plate umpire in more ways than one. 0-0, and within inches of tying the game. Our next TV game Friday, 7 o'clock, Mass in HD. Mass in 2 HD. J.D. Martin in the Battle of the Beltways against the Orioles. His last start a loss, but he gave up only 1 run in the 6 innings. Jake Arrieta goes for the Orioles. He's 2-1 with a 5 ERA. His 4th Major League start. He's just 24 years of age. Coverage begins at 6:30. Nats Extra, Mass in HD. Sean Burnett will take over for Steven Strasburg here in the 7th inning. Strasburg goes 6 innings, a run on 9 hits, no walks, 9 strikeouts. Could be the loser. Cannot win the game.
I definitely think this was one of his best. The E3 is now an E6, Bob.
Oh, what a shot.
That's a shocker.
Ian Desmond given that throwing error, which was wrongly given to Adam Dunn on a glove error.
We knew it was going to be a test with this contact hitting team. And 95 pitches, 75 for strikes, no walks again. Hot as heck, had to worry, not worry, but had to battle the heat the whole game. I thought he did a great job out there. 95 pitches, 75 for strikes. And leave the game 1-0 right now. You're giving your team a chance to win. He's done his job.
Well, he also showed us that through heat and adversity, he can still be very good. That ball hanging up for Nigel Morgan off the bat of Jason Kendall. And the 7th inning is underway. 4th of July weekend celebrated here at the ballpark. Saturday the 3rd, and Strasburg is scheduled to pitch that day, at least for now. The first 20,000 fans receive a free replica patriotic cap presented by Mass in HD. Show your red, white, and curly W. That's down.
If you're Ned Yost, you got to be pulling your hair out. You've gotten in game 1 and game 3, 20 hits. You've scored a total of 2 runs.
Haven't won a game yet.
Runners in scoring position, very important.
And may not win this one. De Jesus, couple of hits, one up the middle, one the other way. Facing a left-hander now. Jose Guillen has driven in a run and taken another away from the Nats. The former National hurting his ex-ball club today. Solidly hit, but right to Adam Kennedy. 2 outs. Today's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Washington Nationals. 31,913 today.
Not bad on a Wednesday afternoon.
So Steven Strasburg's 3 starts have drawn over 111,000 fans to Nationals Park.
He's just showing off.
We thought he was going to strike out Billy Butler for the 3rd time 2 innings ago. That little breaking ball that Butler got a piece of kept that inning alive for Guillen to get the base hit.
Butler did it again, Bob.
Well, he hasn't done it much. He's 2 for 10 in this, 2 for 11 in this series. And Guillen became the first guy in the middle of their lineup, with a single, of course, to drive in a run in this 3-game set. Up the middle, Desmond to his left. And a 1-2-3-7. Time to stretch. Here at Nationals Park, the Royals on top. 1-0. Your local Ford dealer invites you to experience Ford like never before. Ford, drive one. And by H.H. Gregg. We make buying TVs and appliances simple. H.H. Gregg. Price and advice guaranteed. Here's our game summary in the banks of the Anacostia. 1-0 Royals at the 7th inning stretch. Jose Guillen, having a 5-hit series, has driven in a run, thrown a runner out at the plate today. Brian Bannister, very, very good, but he's done. They're bringing in a reliever for him right now. And Steven Strasburg, 6 strong innings. A long day for him, Rob. 95 pitches, but he battled and battled. 95 pitches, and then this right here should have evened the game up, but Dunn hits it so hard, gets to Guillen in a hurry, and then a great throw guns out Bernardina at the plate. Here's some reactions. Dunn, Bannister. Now watch this. Yeah, shuts it down. Well, they snuck in a rendition of God Bless America here at the ballpark today. 7th inning stretch just now wrapping up. And Robinson Tejeda will take the mound, and that'll be it for Bannister. He does not give up a run in 6 innings. On 5 hits, struck out 4, walked 2. Battle of the Beltways coming up Friday through Sunday on MASN HD and MASN 2 HD. Now, the big thing is for you Nats and Orioles viewers, make a note of the pre- and post-game shows. O's Extra every day, MASN 2 HD. Nats Extra every day, every night, MASN HD for the 3-game series, and a special starting time on Saturday, 4 o'clock. Robinson Tejeda makes another appearance in this series. And for the Nats, Rodriguez, Kennedy, and Desmond, bottom 7. Tejeda pitched 2 scoreless innings here on Monday evening. Pudge Rodriguez a base hit up the middle last time. Double play earlier. And picked by Callaspo at third base.
What a play by Callaspo. Sure double right there down the left field line, and Callaspo just picks it right here. This is just great reaction. It's a reactionary position, much like a hockey goalie. It's as good as you can do right there on that smash.
He stayed nice and quiet on that play, didn't he?
Nice and quiet, came up in nice position to make the play, and a nice strong throw.
Kennedy is next. Well, these last 2 innings have been frustrating. That ball hit the bag, it appeared, and stayed playable for Billy Butler. The Nats just can't catch a break here.
There's a chance. Like every bounce is going the Royals' way.
2 innings ago, the Nationals had first and third with nobody out and couldn't score. And then the apparent missed call at the plate in the 6th kept them off the board. And it'll be Ian Desmond who struck out with runners at first and third and 1 out 2 innings ago. Well, maybe they're just saving up for some 8th or 9th inning heroics here, because this thing has been frustrating. Talked to Joel Peralta this morning. He said the Spanish pronunciation is Joel. The American pronunciation is Joel. He's okay with either.
No, we call Joel Pinheiro Joel.
And I then said to him, as long as we can say double play, is that okay? He said, oh yeah. That's what he got last night in his Nationals debut.
everybody called Joey.
I didn't know that.
JP.
1-2 to Desmond. Ian gets jammed. And right now, Desmond is struggling with the first prolonged struggle of his major league career. He's 1 for his last 13, 7 hits in his last 46 at bats. He's taking his time getting back in there, not feeling real comfortable. Feeding him breaking balls away to get him out. Just like that. And the struggles for the Nats offense continue. On to the 8th inning. 1-0 Royals. All right, guys, keep cheering. Keep waving. Sit down now. Sean Burnett's ready for his second inning of work. To the Kansas City player of the game, Jose Guillen, 2 for 3. RBI, outfield assist. His hits in this series have been up the middle or to right field. So the Nats continue to pitch him outside part of the plate, and he's made them pay for that. Good series, 2 of those 5 hits today. And he has an 18-game hitting streak now, the longest in the major leagues this year. That's a little tapper. 4 straight for Sean Burnett. Last 3 of them on the ground. Voting is open for the All-Star game in Anaheim. Help send your favorite Nats to that Midsummer Classic. Vote up to 25 times at Nationals.com. Vote early, vote often. I know, Rob, you've been keeping an eye on the vote totals for the Nats.
We only have one guy in the top 5 in the voting, and that is Pudge Rodriguez. The rest of our Nats are way down low in the 10s and 12s. Let's go. Everybody vote.
And that was hard-throwing Blake Wood.
By the way, you know, there's still a chance Strasburg can make the All-Star team if the commissioner decides to make him one of the final 5. And that would just be an internet vote by the fans. And Charlie Manuel wouldn't have to make that decision.
Great hit by Desmond. Strong throw to retire Callaspo, and he's the guy who just robbed Pudge Rodriguez. So Ian Desmond returns the favor. But, you know, can everybody just kind of calm down on the Strasburg All-Star thing and let the guy start 3 or 4 more games? Yep. I heard one national radio show this morning spend 10 minutes talking about it. And that's good. I mean, they're talking about it Washington National.
But they're putting the cart before the horse. Or the horse before the cart, excuse me.
Well, that's where the horse belongs.
Yeah, exactly. But
you know what you mean.
I just think that it was inevitable if he did what he was capable of doing, and he has done that. And I think he's exceeded everybody's expectations, my own included. And I think he can only make 2 more starts after today before the final voting July 4th.
I guess he would start Monday in Atlanta and then Saturday here.
But there is a precedent, actually a couple. Mark the Bird Fidrich in 76 and then Dontrell Willis 8 years ago.
Zimmerman acrobatically throwing out Yuneski Betancourt. This ball game goes to the bottom of the 8th inning. A pinch hitter for the pitcher, then the top of the order.
The story of the day, obviously, Steven Strasburg's 4th Major League start. A good contact hitting team, but when he was getting the swings and misses, he punched out 9 Royals. Variety of breaking balls, fastballs, changeups, had everything working again today, but he did give up 9 hits. There you see the beautiful circle change on our beautiful Exmo machine. And there's just one more. See it on the big breaking ball, Bob, but the score is bad guys 1, good guys 0.
Willie Harris hits for the pitcher, leading off the bottom of the 8th.
By the way, congratulations, Team USA. Their 1-0 victory today makes them move on to the next round in the World Cup soccer.
Landon Donovan coming through. But in my opinion, should have been 2-0. That wonderful goal that was disallowed.
They still won their division.
But can't you be offsides 5 yards from the goalpost? My goodness.
What are you more angry about?
I hate that offsides.
Lance Berkman's call, non-call 3rd strike?
Berkman.
Just thought I'd bring that up.
Soccer's got to get rid of offsides inside the box. That's it.
Part of our plan in high school was to pull the defense up so you'd go offside.
I know. The most ridiculous thing in all of sports. We're 55 yards from the goal and we're offsides. 1-2 to Willie Harris, who needs a hit bad. That'll be a fly ball to left for Podsednik. And Willie Harris, as a pinch hitter now, is 4 for 22 on the year. At Chili's, it's all in the preparation. Top of the order now, Morgan and Bernardina. These 2 hitters 0 for 5 with a walk today. Rogers tried to punt twice unsuccessfully. So the Nats need Niger and his speed on base here. Doug Slayton, if the Nationals are trailing. Tyler Clippard's in there as well. If the Nats would tie the game possibly, and certainly in there if they take the lead. Although, it kind of appears since he's in there and it's almost the ninth inning that he would be a guy going for a save today if Washington could score a couple of runs here. Two to Morgan. And he's gone. Robinson Tejeda trying to close out 4 scoreless innings of relief against the Nats in this series. And Washington is getting nothing out of their leadoff spot again.
Kinetic shows you foul tip. It's caught by Jason Kendall.
Jim Morgan's on base percentage now getting dangerously down close to 300. Bernardino rips one up the middle. 2. And then he fell down.
That's a good thing because he would have been gunned out at second.
Yeah, De Jesus came up with it quickly. And with Zimmerman coming up,
you don't need to be thrown out.
You cannot make the last out on a hit.
Well, and keeping it in perspective, Bob, last year we didn't get our 33rd win until August 2nd.
Wow.
So we're 7 more than the 26 wins we had the All-Star break last year, and we'll have 16 games to play after today. And Roger Bernardino smokes that ball.
The Nats are more
running first.
Nationals are more than 5 weeks ahead of last year's pace.
And so you got to keep it in perspective. We're making great strides. Still going to be some growing pains.
To strike to Zimmerman.
And we had this conversation with John Lannon the other day. I mean, think of how Freddie Gonzalez feels. Won 84 games 2 years ago. Won 87 games last year. And not even halfway through the season, and he gets fired. 2 of his coaches.
And the Marlins are only 2 games under 500.
And he still may be one of the favorites for Bobby Cox's job.
He was in the Atlanta organization before he got his managerial shot in Florida.
I like Freddie a lot. He does a fantastic job.
Now Ryan Zimmerman's in the hole 0-2. Single to right field last time up.
Talking no doubles defense. The Royals are almost playing with their backs up against the wall in the outfield. Way back.
And the other thing is, where they're playing, if there is a double, they still have a shot at the runner at home. Because they get to the ball quicker if it gets by them into a gap. Bernardino's running. That's outside. Rogers saved by a wide margin. Man, that was really good. His 6th of the year in 8 attempts. And now it doesn't take an extra base hit to score it, we hope.
No. Tejeda is a 1-3 to home, and that doesn't give your catcher much chance of throwing out a base runner like Roger Bernardino. 1-2. Very difficult for even a good catcher like Jason Kendall to have a shot.
Looks like the Royals closer, Joaquin Soria, is starting to loosen up. Not throwing. He's doing some stretching in their bullpen.
I think that conversation was because Callaspo is so deep at third, Bernardina's so quick, that they want to make sure that Tejeda is not just one look and back to second, come home and let him steal third.
Ryan Zimmerman struck out. Second time today. Nationals can't buy a 2-out hit. It's still 1-0 Kansas City into the ninth. Lots of drink specials on Thursdays, fireworks Saturdays after the home games. Chance for kids to run the bases after every weekend contest. 703-590-2311. Real baseball, real close. One run in this game, and it came off the bat of Jose Guillen, Rob, after they got a couple of 2-out hits from De Jesus and Butler.
De Jesus, Butler on that 2-strike breaking ball, and then Jose Guillen drove the nail home. So it's going to be up to the Nationals to get 3 here in the top of the ninth and get something going in the bottom ninth. It's a very tough Joaquin Soria.
And of course, you all know that Dunn will be the leadoff hitter. Doug Slayton misses inside to Chris Getz.
Well, you give Brian Bannister an awful lot of credit, too. He brought his A game. Has the possibility of running his daytime major league record of 37 starts to 21-8. So don't catch Bannister during the time.
I have a feeling the Cubs will be signing him someday if he becomes available. Willie Bloomquist for the pitcher Tejeda, who has been the Royals bullpen star this series, pitching 4 scoreless innings.
Bob, you love this graphic. Last 6 games by our pitching staff, 50 strikeouts, 5 walks.
One of them intentional. Well, you'd think this would be about a 5-1 homestand when you see that. He's out. It hit his bat twice, and he's out. That's a put out for the catcher, the nearest defensive player to the hitter. Bloomquist to be the hitter.
Once the ball leaves and goes into fair territory, you can't touch your body and or your bat. And right here you'll see it go fair. Then it comes up. He drops the bat right on top of the ball.
Yep. The one thing where I think we missed the boat for the fans in the ballpark is right now on the scoreboard. I'm not just talking about our ballpark, but any park. There should be an explanation of that for the fans. They don't have the replay, and I hear a buzzing in the crowd. Some fans don't know what happened. And I think Major League Baseball should mandate that scoreboards get rid of the clap your hands sign every once in a while and make noise sign and explain to the folks a play like that they need to know about.
Why are you clapping your hands with the Royals hitting anyway?
That's a real good question. If you're happy and you know it, I guess
clap your hands.
There's some happy people. I do know that there are some Kansas City folks in town. My alma mater, the University of Missouri, Kansas City, had over 100 people here last night. And, you know, I told the folks from Kansas City, Rob, it's the nature of our ballpark. No matter what team the Nationals are playing, there's always somebody from that state or from that city who work here in Washington. And they're here rooting for their ball club, as they should. So we, on a day-by-day basis, have an interesting dynamic here that other ballparks really don't have because of the nature of our nation's capital. But I really think there are times when we need to let our fans in the ballpark know what's going on with a play like that.
I agree with you 100%. Some announcers sometimes need rules explained to them. I talked to Hawk Harrelson about that Nigel Morgan play where it hit the ground that hit him on the swing. He's been around the game 60 years.
And it's a dead ball when it hits him, even though it's strike three. That's why he couldn't advance. Up Slayton, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Willie Bloomquist. 1 for 4 with a pinch home run this year. His only pinch hit, a 2-run homer. It's a breaking ball that gets him. Started off the plate and came right back in. 2 down.
Doug Slayton here on the UPS Store pitch track. Big bending breaking ball. But remember, Hunter Wentelstadt is hot too. So he rings him up and sits him down.
Yeah, pitch appeared to be low. It got the plate, but below the strike zone. Nats get the call. Here's Podsednik, a rare 0 for 4 today. Strasburg struck him out twice. Joakim Soria is out there in left center, ready to come in for the Royals. He has 16 saves on the year. The Nats haven't had to see him in this series until today.
He should be coming into some money here soon. I think he's arbitration eligible this year. I'll look it up. But they've got that Wood kid. Unload Mr. Soria.
Yeah, they like it.
I still am blown away. They traded Leo Nunez and Marlins for Mike Jacobs. Jacobs didn't even last a year.
But you can understand, Rob, why the Royals would be looking for a power hitter. They don't have anybody who can clean out the bases.
I totally understand that. But, you know, very few times you come across arms like Nunez and Soria in the same bullpen. Both under control for many, many years.
I mean, who's the last big bopper the Royals have really had in that lineup?
I don't know. Hamlin? Mike Sweeney?
Mike Sweeney was really good until his back problems got him.
Main guy.
Reaching on that one, Podsednik. Kennedy took his sweet time, barely threw him out. Adam Dunn leads off bottom 9. Josh Willingham and Bud Rodriguez to follow 1-0 game.
today, Ray, to say the least. Nats had opportunities.
Yeah, opportunities, not that many, Johnny, but certainly have not put the ball in play in the RBI type situations. We're 0 for with runs in scoring positions, 3 strikeouts, Desmond, Willingham, and Zimmerman, when it really meant something, and all 3 of them chasing bad pitches.
We'll be talking about this ball game and hopefully talking about a Nationals win. Let's go back up to Bob and Robin. Bob, one guy, the former National, Jose Guillen, has been the difference in the ball game with his bat and with his arm.
That he has, Johnny, taking 1 run away and giving the Royals their only game of the day, or their only run of the day, in our 4th drive of the game right here. By the way, Rob,
4th drive of the game. Go ahead, Bob.
That is a hit with a runner in scoring position, but nothing to show for it.
No, because coming around 3rd, a little bit of a wide turn and a great throw, but also the line shot that got to Guillen in a hurry, and he guns down Bernardino at the plate. That's your 4th drive of the game, that throw.
All right, bottom 9, Joaquin Soria for the Royals.
By the way, I was incorrect. Soria got a 3-year deal with options. 3 years, $8.75 million that runs through next year. And then he's got 2012 to 2014 options.
Fastball up.
They're playing no triples defense.
Royals have made a change or 2 in their outfield. We'll get you up to date on those in a moment. One and 1 to Adam Dunn, who has 2 hits today. Can he stop his swing? No, says Brian Runge, strike 2. They take the right fielder and move him right down the line here. Breaking ball, Adam Dunn into right field. Handled by Getz. Wide throw and handled by Butler. So David DeJesus has moved over to right field. And Mitch Meyer comes in to play center. That was interesting. With 2 strikes, they took DeJesus and put him about 30 feet off the right field line, right down in the corner. Josh Willingham takes a breaking ball for a strike. And now he has moved well off the line with the right-hander Willingham. Willingham 0 for 2 with a walk today. I don't think he was moving much. He wouldn't have minded that pitch hitting him.
Soria overthrew the breaking ball. It backed up, and as you said, it was very close to hitting that hammer. Just need a base hit.
1-2 to Josh, and he takes it low. That's even 2-2. Way outside, ball 3.
Soria doing a little bit of nibbling right here. Doesn't want to make a mistake from the middle of the plate in on Josh Willingham. Trying to force Josh to take the ball to right field.
One of the Nats having trouble with contact today. That's Kansas City's 8th strikeout by 3 different pitchers, and the Nationals down to their final out.
Well, they stay way outside. 3-2 pitch, fastball down and away.
He's throwing strikes with that breaking pitch of his.
A little get me over wrinkle here, a little slide piece. You throw in the mid 90s and you just kind of get it in there at 80. And definitely keep the hitter off balance, because he's got to get that bat going in a hurry to get to 95.
And it's fouled straight back, and the Royals are 1 strike away from salvaging a game in this series. They're trying to win their 30th game of the year. The Nats have won 33 and trying not to lose their 40th. All right, it's a no-contact day for the big guys in the middle of the lineup against this Kansas City bullpen. And the Royals win it in a 2.5-hour ball game, 1-0, when they hold the Nationals to 6 hits. So in 2 games of the series, the Nats only had 10 hits combined after